Okay, we do have a quorum, and we're waiting on the sponsor of the bill, who was in the Senate, is on his way. But first, I just appreciate all the members coming. Want to explain to you a little bit about what we're doing. We don't normally have meetings this quickly, and but Senate Bill 172 is a bill that's related to fuel adjustment. And of course, declaring an emergency. And the reason for the emergency clause is that what we're trying to do is help folks. As most of you know, we've always pretty much PSC has allowed utilities to pass fuel adjustment increases onto the consumers. When we had this last little cold spell, I think on the spot market there were instances where the market price went to about $46, and that can be passed on. But this bill will still allow that to happen, but it can be spread out over certain number of months, which will make it easier for the consumers. And so that's the reason for the bill. And Patrick, did you have anything? Okay. We have Senator Wheeler with us today, so please introduce yourself. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chairman. Senator Philip Wheeler, 31st Senate District. And I guess I caught a little bit of what you were saying, and I think you are exactly right. And I guess what I want to make clear to everyone at home, this is not a silver bullet. This is not going to eliminate the fuel adjustment clause. This is just about making it a little bit easier on working people around the edges until we can get back to a good energy policy. Based on some reports that we're hearing back from the utilities, depending on which service area you live in, to the recent cold snaps from the winter storms, you can expect a fuel surcharge on your bill from anywhere between $30 I think I was told in some of the areas served by the co-ops maybe as high as $100. And that's because natural gas prices spiked up to around $80 a cubic foot during the cold snap on the spot market. And so as Chairman Gooch said, this would just simply give the PSC another tool to help out consumers instead of having to collect that all at once in the month following the expenditure. This allows them to spread it out over a number of months, so that, it's not hitting them as hard in the pocketbook.
Motion on the bill.
Okay, we have a motion on the bill. Are there any questions or comments from the members? Yes, Representative Watkins.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a really quick question for understanding, Senator. The section that allows for at the request of the utility to extend that, is there a reason why like the PSC or the AG's office couldn't do the same thing?
I'm not certain that there is really any reason why that was specifically drafted in that question. And actually, utilities have somewhat in the past on occasion done this. But the PSC has said through communications with Chairman Hatton, this would just simply make it more clear and allow the utility to essentially go about, using this as a regulatory asset so that it makes it a little bit easier, especially for investor-owned utilities, to utilize this tool.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And I will say that there's an emergency clause on the bill because evidently the utilities would have to request this pretty soon, or it wouldn't. They wouldn't be allowed to do it for this situation. So there is an emergency clause. Representative Fugit, do you have a comment or
just
question?
a question, please,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman. Senator, thank you. So just for the folks back home, this is not raising their utility rate. This is if that surcharge was $100, instead of having to pay that $100 1 month, it would be spread out over 5 months, so it would lower it to $20. If it went for 5 months, it would be $20 instead of $100 all at once.
Representative, you're exactly right. And I don't want to mislead anybody that they're not going to have to pay the entire charge.
Right.
They are. Rightly or wrongly, they're entitled by law to collect that. So what this is simply doing is trying to give a little bit of relief to people who have already been squeezed. And we've actually coordinated also with the executive branch. They're aware that this bill is coming, and that's one of the reasons we're trying to get this done so that, folks can get just a little bit of relief when we're expecting a pretty hard hit on this fuel adjustment clause.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, and then this would be in place to allow this into the future when we might have even bigger cold snaps.
Absolutely, Chairman.
Right. Okay, Representative Smith?
Yeah, real brief, Mr. Chairman. I'm on the co-op, RACC. They have a charge every February on, I think it goes back for maintenance that they're allowed to charge the customers to bring in funds if they've done maintenance on on their equipment. This hits us every January. This isn't the same thing. This is a fuel adjustment.
This specifically applies to the fuel adjustment clause. Now, obviously, I guess that might be something you would look at, but that's not what this bill is about.
So you're saying we have the option to do that legislative wise, to look at that because, February seems to be consistent in Kentucky on being a cold month, and it's the hardest time to hit this charge, and it's a one-time charge that's hit. So you're saying we as legislators have the ability to look at these type of ideas to change?
I think that short answer, yes. I think we need to try to give the PSC as many tools as they can have to be the most consumer friendly as they can.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions? Secretary, call the roll, please.
Representative Baker? Yes. Representative Ballman?
Yes.
Representative Blanton? Aye. Representative Bowling? Yes. Representative Bridges?
Yes.
Representative Chester Burton? Representative Dossett? Representative Flannery?
Yes.
Representative Fugate?
Yes.
Representative Hancock?
Yes.
Representative Johnson?
Yes.
Representative McCool?
Yes.
Representative Miles?
Yes.
Representative Moore?
Yes.
Representative Smith?
Yes.
Representative Watkins?
Aye.
Representative Wesley?
Yes.
Representative Whitaker? Yes. Representative White?
Yes.
Representative Williams?
Yes.
And Chair Gooch.
Yes. Anyone want to change their vote? Not. Motion does pass with favorable expression that bill should pass on the House floor. So, thank you very much, Senator. Thank you. This meeting, okay, let me say that we will not meet this Thursday. So there won't be any other meetings of this committee this week. So thank you very much.